This is my 2022 Lucid Air Grand Touring delivery video, except for those of you who saw the original delivery, well, it didn't really work out exactly like I wanted. So this is the Grand Delivery Redo. So come to Chicago with me and let's drive back here to Iowa together and see how it works this time. Thanks for watching. So my wife and I flew to Houston. I wanted specifically to take delivery in Houston, our first delivery that is, as we would have about a 1,200-mile trip back that we were really looking forward to in our new Lucid, and wow, did it look good. They had that thing so clean. Never seen a car that clean. And gave us a great introduction to the car. We were all ready for a terrific trip, which we had with a bump or two. Beautiful car. Really enjoyed it. And then
owner and need product or technical support, please press. And this is the entrance to the Lucid service and pre-delivery facility in Chicago, in an area of Chicago known as Goose Island. Very interesting place. But a beautiful old warehouse that they converted into a state-of-the-art facility for pre-delivery and repair. Just a beautiful place. In speaking with one of the managers of the Goose Island facility, he informed me that not only do they repair a Lucid that may have a difficulty, but also prepare for delivery all Lucids going to locations in the Midwest and Northeast. While they check every Lucid they're preparing for delivery completely, the problems that I was told that are found most often from the factory are really not from the factory at all, but instead cosmetic difficulties caused by transportation. Some diagrams that you've probably seen before, and then probably 20 plus Grand Tourings waiting for delivery. I'd like to point out that not only the reception area, but also the area where the Lucids are stored that you just saw, and the areas where they are repairing or preparing the cars for delivery. All of those areas are spotless. The company culture at Lucid is definitely one of do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and that is the way they treat their customers and their cars. We're ready to get my car. So receiving my delivery redo of my LUCID Air Grand Touring. Great people here in Chicago. Great people here in Chicago at the service center. Replaced the battery, the drive battery I should say, and the rear motor assembly. Car has been just beautifully detailed. Inside and out. So come with me on my drive from Chicago back to Iowa, and let's see how the Lucid performs. Hopefully we won't wind up by the side of the road again, and I'm very excited to see what you think and what I think of the 350 miles we have yet to come. Thanks for riding along. I'm told that while Lucid had the car, they went ahead and did the over-the-air download of upgrades, 1.7 and 1.75, that apparently have something to do with steering and Dream Drive. So we'll see what differences we might notice. 1.76 is upcoming, and apparently that has to do with battery alerts, and my battery alert seems to have been working fine, thank you very much, based on the original delivery, that is. Okay, so at this point, this is looking like an episode of Honey, I Shrunk the Lucid. Okay, so now, just FYI, we were having some difficulty, I was having some difficulty getting the navigation to navigate to my home from here in Chicago, and I swallowed my pride, went in and talked with the staff here at Lucid, and they quickly surmised that the garage Wi-Fi was, the car was not sure whether to hook up to that or to the LTE, so they shut off the Wi-Fi in the car, and so it had no choice but to go to LTE, and so we have our route. All right. And you can see the route right there, and then again it's in front of us as well. So let's see about getting out of Chicago. Okay, so there we go. Okay, well, back up. See how that works. Yep, as usual, that beautiful 360-degree camera is functioning well. Okay. Feels great to be back in this car after it was gone for a period of time, getting its battery replaced and drive motor replaced. Okay, so looks like we go down here. The day that we picked it up originally, about 2 to 3 hours after we picked it up, the drive battery gave us a fault. It said 12-volt system fault, and and we were stopped in Texas, just shy of San Antonio, for a period of time with no energy to go. And so they figured out that that this was because of the drive or not the drive battery, but connections that were faulting either within or on the drive battery. So that is what they replaced. And when they replaced the drive battery, thankfully they were really attentive to what else was going on, and noticed that one of the cables was wet, and apparently the rear motor assembly, there was a seal that was leaking. The seal can't be replaced, but so they had to replace the rear drive motor. So I had to order that and do that. For having to do all of those things, the Lucid shop in Chicago, on what they refer to as Goose Island, they did a wonderful job, and really got it done quite quickly. And so here I am today. I flew into Chicago, and you and I are going to drive this car back to Iowa, back home. And we go across this bridge and then make a left. So we'll see how the navigation does now. Okay, make a left. It is a little bit after noon, so not a bad time to be on the road in Chicago. Arrived this morning during rush hour, and that was more challenging, but thankfully for my terrific Lyft driver, worked just great. Fair amount of traffic. Beautiful day in the mid-80s, partly cloudy. As far as I know, not a chance of rain, but I hate to jinx myself. There we go. There's the skyline of Chicago. Have some friends doing road work here. Very glad not to have a close encounter with that Mack
truck hauling cement. Right. So we'll go under the bridge. No time today for deep dish pizza. Kinda wish there was. Okay. No? No, that's not what they... Oh, yeah. Part of town, oh no, don't want to go that way. This part of town is has some pretty rakishly angled streets, like this one. This is Chicago, West Chicago Avenue. The next is Ogden. Ogden is what I'm looking for, and hopefully the people behind me will either be patient or recognize that my vehicle's faster than theirs. Okay, here we go. Ogden, yes. Okay, now go over the overpass. So I've been driving my 22 Tesla Model S, and just for fun, my 911 gas car. Well, this has been in the shop. I have to tell you, it's very, very nice to have this back. The seating position, the seat itself, the steering wheel. As much as I really like the yoke on the Tesla, this is a terrific steering wheel. Does not block my gauges. That's kind of the problem with the Porsche, is that it does block gauges. The steering wheel, that is. But it's a very small diameter steering wheel and is very cool to hold on to. Feels very good. So half a mile on this street, then a right on Van Buren. Get kind of a fun trip through Chicago this way. Ogden. Don't see North Ogden. It's supposed to be there. Doesn't look like it is. So, or Van Buren, I should say. Nope, another 0.7 miles. Sign for Tesla, August 5th at the Hard Rock. Speaking of Hard Rock, there's an advertisement on the same sign for new mail. Kind of figured that's what that's about. Okay, now 0.4 miles till we turn right. Got an awful lot of stuff, camera-wise, sitting around. Boy, did I miss this car. This interior is so great. I'm gonna put on the seat cooler, and then we'll pull back down the map. Now it's not showing me a place to charge. We have 96% battery, and I found that with the 21-inch wheels, about 460 miles is 100%, and so that is probably 100 miles or more than we need. Okay. Tell you what, distance does not click by very quickly. Downtown like this. Okay. On the right, 850 feet, Van Buren, junction 290. Okay, there you go. Alrighty. This guy's got a hard job today. Oh, somebody on the front of that bike too. I don't see that this is Van Buren, but I don't think it could be anything else. It says 50 feet, so I'm betting that's what it is. Really like the blind spot cameras. I like having them on the dash. I like them in the Tesla too, but given that they are on the main screen, the center screen, they require a look to the right to see what's going on. Okay. Now, 290 is going to be down here and to the left. Getting on that. Thank you for listening to me tell myself the directions. Aha, there it is. So, I'm thinking this Mustang next door may be wanting to zoop ahead and jump on. Fine with me. Yeah, 338 miles. So we're not showing a suggestion to stop. Likely because we're not going to need to stop. Is that amazing?
338-mile trip without a stop. Now the car calculates that that's 5 hours and 11 minutes. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna need to stop, even if the car doesn't. This is very nice. Good old Lucid power gets one onto the freeway. There we are. I also like that when the blind spot camera is on, if there's someone in your blind spot, there is a red halo on the outside of the blind spot camera monitor. I think our route home will take us past the Lucid studio in Oak Brook, where I came to drive the Lucid, which was long after actually I had ordered it. Absolutely excellent to have this immediate power in traffic. Beautiful summer day in Chicago. There will be some charging opportunities on the route, and for another video I'm doing about the safety of charging stations, especially after dark, we may stop and do a little video of the layout and position and location of those stations for that video. Again, still pretty much downtown Chicago, so traffic even when it's not rush hour. For those of you who've asked, the glass roof, today's hot. It's 87, and while it is slightly cloudy, partly cloudy, there is a lot of sunshine, and the air conditioning is keeping up just really beautifully. Not hot. I'm certain there are circumstances under which the sun might be able to heat up the interior through that glass roof, but we'll see what Lucid comes out with in the way of removable shades or that sort of thing. Perhaps something, I can see something maybe removable that could fit underneath the sun visor up here, and which would be great unless you needed to put your sun visor down, in which case it would fall on you. But perhaps suction cups or something like that to stick it to the glass roof. Because I imagine that somewhere like Arizona, there is just bound to be, when it's 114 degrees or whatever, there is just bound to be a day here and there where that sun is just going to be unbearable going through the glass roof. So let's get on that. Somebody can make their first million with sunshades with suction cups to stick to this glass roof on the inside, of course. $12 miles an hour, soon to be 0, I believe. No, 3, 2, 1, 0. When the car in front of you drives away, the Lucid does seem, I haven't paid close enough attention to know if it always does that, but it seems to give an auditory warning when you're at a stop and the car in front drives away. Without tying up traffic, let's see if it actually does that as this guy pulls away. He may not be far enough away yet or going fast enough yet. Nope, at least not in that situation did we get any kind of a warning. So we're on a brand new drive battery and a new rear motor, and it's a little exciting. We'll see how that goes. A little bit like getting a new car.
Moving along at the blistering pace of about...
And those issues with the battery, not sure about the drive motor, but I imagine this is true of the drive motor as well, rear drive motor, that they were that way when this car left the factory. Certainly weren't noticeable issues. It had 13 miles on it when I picked it up. I believe I drove it about 90 miles before the 12-volt system fault message came up, and so it didn't have a chance to come up prior to that. And we drove it well over 1,000 miles after that. The same problem only happened once during that time, and that was while charging. And the simple fix was just to get out of the car, lock it, let it go to sleep, unlock it, get back in, and problem solved. So, but the first time that it happened, we were driving and it went into turtle mode and needed to go to the side of the road. So not something that I'm going to expect to have happen again. For those of you who drive Teslas, when you let your foot off the brake, the hold function, if you use that on the Tesla, lets off with, in my experience, no sound at all. When the hold lets off on this car, when the hold lets off on this car, it does make just a little bit of a noise. Nothing objectionable, but they did tell me that that was normal, and it did not indicate a fault of any kind. The other thing to be aware of is with the soft closed doors, which I like very much, and they work beautifully, it almost seems as if the car appreciates you using the soft closed doors. If you were to try to give it a good healthy pull, that sort of thing, it hits in such a way that it would really rather you closed it softly and let it do its job, which is fine. It's a little different than the soft closed doors that I've had in other cars like Mercedes, in my case, but they work beautifully. I had the technicians check them over here in Chicago and said they were working as intended. Now I'm pretty much one pedal driving. If traffic in front of me stops too quickly, of course I'm using the brake, but pretty much able to drive one pedal. Right now the car is in high regen, and I say right now because my experience with the regeneration on this car is that high regen is just as advertised. It's high, and on the interstate, if you slow down, if you let off the gas at 70, it will slow you down quicker than you want to slow down. And so at higher speeds, I typically use the normal regen, the lower setting, and but it is on the higher now, I think, since we're not going too awfully fast. That is the idea. Seeing the Nissan Rogue in front of us has a dealer sticker. I can't read the city that it's from, but the dealer sticker, the dealership name is Milady. Sorry, this caught me funny. Oh my, where is that? Crystal Lake, Illinois. Milady Motors. M''Lady, as in, beg pardon, milady. Kind of like something you might see on Bridgerton, that sort of thing. Don't know if you heard that little click, but that was the hold feature coming off as I pulled away. It's just a very mild little disengaging sound, almost like a latch. Coming undone. Well, we will get you through, or we will get us through Chicago traffic, and then be back with you as the road opens up and we see more of what this Lucid can do. The thing is, you cannot leave the sound system down here or up here and then also have the navigation on. We can't access the phone, the sound system, or those things without taking away the navigation up here, and vice versa, no matter what you had playing up here. It's been an interesting drive today. I've been kind of jokingly called this LUCID Delivery Re-Do. The folks at Lucid in Chicago got a kick out of that, and totally understood. When I took delivery of the Lucid the first time, within 3 hours of taking delivery, it was bricked by the side of the road. And so, but that's not been the case here. It's doing everything it's supposed to do and doing it well. The only thing I'll say is that Alexa, you know, it could well be user error. Maybe I just don't understand Alexa as well as I should. And there she is listening to us. But I'm going to study up on sending text messages with Alexa. If anyone has any advice in regard to that, please feel free to put a message down below. Cruising along in smooth. It's not lumber wagon hard like a sports car, but it does not float like a 76 Cadillac. So just really a darn nice car. This has the same characteristics in many ways as we had a 2015 Mercedes S550, and I always said that if I could have just one car, that would be the car, because it really did most everything well. This car does most everything even better. Lucid wise, I am well pleased.
Hi, and welcome back to the EV Adventures Garage. Well, that was a great trip back from Chicago. The car functioned flawlessly. Just the best kind of delivery redo a person could have. Thanks for coming with me. If you've gotten anything out of this video other than a little bit tired, please push the like and subscribe buttons. That'll help me to bring you more content. Thank you.